Welcome to the channel. Link down below as always to credit WWE. I want to mention I got a new desk. Good for me. I changed some stuff with my microphone. Everything should sound the same. But anyways, I was gone for a few days. Wasn't feeling good as well. Had to rebuild my desk and switch some stuff out in my computer. So things have been just a little bit hectic. So hopefully SmackDown was still fresh enough in my mind that I can kind of remember what was going on, which is why I have some of the notes here. So I hope everybody was doing well. So the show started off with Nick Aldis telling the Bloodline that they had to forfeit their tag team match, which was really bizarre because there's more than just two members of the Bloodline. And yeah, so that's when Solo was like, yeah, I don't think so. We've got here, and I don't have to remember their names. Well, I know who Jacob Fatu is. It's Tama Tonga and Tongaloa, I think, that I get mixed up. And as you can see, Tongaloa is not even in the list here. It's like, why not? Just because he's got an eye patch? That's not cool. You can't just like not have him there because he was a featured star. But, you know, whatever, right? And he didn't participate, but neither did Solo, and he's still there. I'm just saying. So then we had LA Knight versus Santos Escobar, and Logan Paul came to get involved, as you could see here, but he ended up having a tummy cramp. He was like, ah. And LA Knight just said, yeah, kicked his ass out of the ring, and he still managed to pick up the victory, which is what's really cool, is when a match gets interference, it's not in your favor, but you still manage to pick up the victory, because that's normally not how things go. So that was pretty cool. Then there was, and you could see the beatdown post-match of Santos Escobar and Logan Paul. Nobody came out to help nobody came out to help LA Knight. I'm just saying, would have been nice to have someone come to the rescue. But there wasn't anybody. And we had Bianca and Jade with an in-ring promo calling out the tag team champs. Where are they? And then they got attacked from behind. Bianca and Jade whooped them out of the ring. However, that didn't stop them from being able to do that and just literally, adios. So that was cool. This was also really nice too. It really, really was. So we had the, this was the Tag Team Championship #1 Contenders Gauntlet match, right? So like two teams start off, and then the winner, they stay in the ring, then the next team comes out, just in case you're not familiar with that, which is why I say that. So there was Apollo Crews and Baron Corbin, which I really liked that team. Then you had Legado del Fantasma. Then you had the Street Profits. You had Pretty Deadly. You had the OC Good Brothers. And then, of course, the Bloodline. And then, well, of course, I'm going like this because we knew they were the last ones in. And of course, they were, you know what I'm saying? They were the last ones out. So the Bloodline are now the #1 contenders for the Tag Team Championship. Now, I wonder if they're going to end up getting that gold. Maybe. Just maybe. You could see some of the goosiness that went down because there was a lot of good stuff in there. A lot of good moves. It's just a nice match overall. And, yeah. Then what I want to talk to you about, it's a good thing there wasn't like a lot of stuff that went on SmackDown. There's a little bit more that goes on Raw for obvious reasons because the show's longer. Here, Grayson Waller failed to pay the extra $3.99 on his pants to have the kneecaps covered there with denim. So Terrence Crawford laid out Austin Theory as these two, A-Town Down Under, had called out Terrence Crawford and confronted him about handing over Cody Rhodes a chair last week and getting involved, so they wanted him to apologize. And if you didn't know who Terrence Crawford is, he's like undefeated. It's crazy. He's like well, people may not like this, but I'm going to say it anyways. Like a Floyd Money Mayweather. A good boxer, great boxer, just never been defeated. Nobody can defeat this guy. I'm thinking, what if them two faced off? But I have a feeling Terrence Crawford's a lot younger. And I'm not going to lie, I don't know anything about him up until just a few weeks ago, to be perfectly honest. But anyways, this was a cool little segment, and it ended up again with Grayson Waller kind of throwing Austin Theory under the bus in the sense of him saying, hey, you know what, be careful or my pal here, Austin's going to knock you out. And Austin was like, what? I don't think so. And then just Terrence Crawford said, that's it. Bop, went for the right hand. And that was the end of that. And you could see his reaction there. I mean, you could watch the whole segment here, truth be told. So I thought this was interesting, but at the same time, not really in a good way, because I really want him to be pushed as a face. Like, I want... It's funny. Like, this really worked out. I really liked him. But because they put it the way that they have, where it's kind of like him using him and all this sort of stuff, now I'm to the point where I'm over it. I'm like, okay, you know what? Let's have this guy go face. Keep him heel. And enough with... this kind of stuff here. Tiffy Stratton and Nia Jax defeated Bayley and Mishin. Again, I had mentioned this before, that I'm enjoying seeing Mishin a lot more. It looks like she's a face, based on her actions. Whereas, again, AJ Styles and the OC, the Good Brothers, they were around again. It was nice to see them. But they're heel because they've now sided with, heel AJ Styles. And yeah, and I mean that's pretty much it. So again, nice to see her getting a push. Like I said, I've always enjoyed her. And then the Bloodline promo at the end with Solo chatting, and it's kind of weird, and it's gonna sound really rude, but I'm gonna say it because I don't like being a downer, and I love the Bloodline, but there's just something about the second Bloodline here, the new one. Some of the people I'm feeling out. Some of them I'm sort of kind of not. And it's a vibe. I can't really explain it, but I'll try to quickly, and then we'll see if maybe you agree. And it's okay if you don't. It's really not a big deal. So here's like my vibe really quick. Like I'll move my cursor, which is supposed to spin over each one, and I'll just be like, oh yeah, or eh. There's just something about it, right? So let's just be real. For me personally, like this guy, I'm not saying he's not good. That's not what I'm saying. But I don't get excited when I see him. Solo's kind of weird in the sense that he's doing so. I need a sip of my root beer. I need. Kind of interesting. I like Solo. I'm really struggling to find the words, and I really hope at least one other person agrees with me. I think he's great. Got something in my eye. But when he talks, the Bloodline, you failed. Roman Reigns, you failed the Bloodline. There's something about his voice, and I'm not saying I've got the voice. I'm not saying I got it, but I feel like it's lacking conviction. The words spoken are fine, but when I compare him to Roman Reigns, which maybe is what I shouldn't be doing. You ever get an eyelash in the eye? It's really annoying. But anyways, it lacks conviction. To me, there's just something missing. And when I hear... I almost called him the Wolverine. The werewolf. The Jacob Fatu, for crying out loud. And Tongaloa. Him. Oh, sweet pineapple. Like him, he's just like wild. But he's wild too. He's so good in the ring. And I know, there's just something about the two on the outside. Oh, yeah. Him's like, whatever. Kind of reminds me of David Otunga. And then you've got literally like the eyes, the beard, there's just the stature. Okay. And then there's Solo. It's like, I love Solo. I like Solo. I really do. I don't even know what I'm saying, honestly. Maybe I just need to go back to bed. But there's something, I can't quite put my finger on it. And I don't know if some of you, one, is feeling what I'm feeling. Something's just off. And I can't find the words for it. It's almost like I'm not buying it, but I'm not trashing what he's doing as an entertainer. I think he's doing great. I really do. There's just something, I don't know. I could keep going on and repeat myself, and I'm not going to do that. comment down below and let me know if you're thinking what I'm thinking. I'm almost tempted at some point to just make a dedicated video on that part with the new bloodline, where I'm just kind of like, I don't know if it's the tone of his voice. Maybe it's because I was so used to him not speaking. Then he spoke, and when he speaks, it sounds like he's whispering. I don't know. If I ever figure it out and I can stop saying I don't know and I do know, I'll let you know. Either which way, I enjoyed myself. Really, I did. I enjoyed myself. I'm looking forward to SummerSlam. I believe it's next week. I think, if I'm not mistaken. Well, I mean, I could look at the calendar. I think it's on the 3rd. I think we have... So we have another... As of today, it's Sunday. So tomorrow we've got, like, the final Raw before SummerSlam. And then, obviously, next Friday, we're going to have the final SmackDown, like the final show, like literally the day before SummerSlam. So that's going to be cool. So one more Raw, one more SmackDown, then SummerSlam. And I'm hoping something's going to be cooking really, really good. Because I'm hungry. And that was cringy, and it was supposed to be. Enough rambling. 11 minutes, though. Some of my videos have gone nearly 20 minutes for a SmackDown. Why? That's almost as long as the show. Excuse me. Thumbs up as always if you liked the video. Like I said, today was a little bit weird. I'm on 4 hours of sleep. I had a terrible migraine. I'm complaining right now. And for the last 2 or 3 days, I've been like rearranging my desk. You don't want to know. Like, I'm talking over 10, 12 hours on and off. Just hunting and pecking at stuff. Had to swap like hard drives in my computer. One was in like the wrong generation PCI NVMe M.2. Just some like really technical shit. Now my computer's a little snappier and blah 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 blah. Then one of my Ethernet cables, because I don't do Wi-Fi, wasn't running all that well. It's one of those Ethernet cables you plug into your computer, but the super thin flat one, and it's a 50-foot cable running from downstairs in the middle of my house where my modem is, so that everywhere's got a decent Wi-Fi signal. And anyways, in case you give a shit. And the integrity of the signal was shitty. I was barely getting 100 megabytes download. Sometimes I would get 600 or 700. And I was like, this is some horse shit. So I swapped to my old cable, which is like a big, thick gray one. Not this flat, sleek-looking one. And now I'm getting like almost 2,000 megabyte download and like 200 and something upload. So I'm quite happy with that. And then I got a sit-stand desk. I had a 47-inch wide desk. Now I've got a 63-inch wide desk. My old desk was only 24 inches deep. Now it's 31 inches deep. It's white, matches my computer. Good for me. But I'm happier because everything's just like a lot cleaner. I've got some cables coming in tomorrow that are shorter. So I don't have to like fold and, wrap up, Velcro wrap all my wires. So that's what I've been working on. And it was stressful for me to go to IKEA yesterday for whatever reason, because that's just how I am. It was like this big deal. And then I ended up being dizzy a little bit, just not feeling well. Slept. Didn't sleep too well, but I'm feeling decent today. So there's that. And I'm in a position now where I can game, I can record, and I feel alive again. I know it sounds weird. But I really enjoy this shit. Like, it's unfrickin' believable. It was driving me nuts. But this is, like, very therapeutic for me. I get to talk a little wrestling, then I get to spend half that time just rambling about my boo-hoo moments that I had yesterday and today and the day before. So, yeah. Things should be okay now. So there you have it. Hopefully my voice doesn't sound, like, off or weird. Yeah, I won't talk about that. But I tested everything before, like uploading, and the volume and all that should be the same. All right, so there you have it. Thumbs up. We all know it. Thumbs down if you didn't like it. And there's a lot of fingers here. And there's a leather glove on that one. Okay? You get a Solo Sikoan spike. Remember, Solo Sikoa is Samoan. So, Sikoa, Samoan, Sikoan spike. With a leather glove. And if you want to subscribe to the channel, Exactly. None of this bullshit with the YouTuber. Make sure you like and subscribe and click the notification. You just want to ring the person's bell that says that shit. Like, trust me, when somebody likes you, they're going to do it. They're going to do it. Believe me. Yeah, that's enough. How long was my video now? Yeah, exactly. This is atrocious. All right. Bye for now.